Hey guys, it's Dr. Childs here. Today we're going to be talking about one of my supplements. It's actually a newer supplement, and that is Thyroid Glandular Plus. I'm going to be talking about what this supplement does, how it benefits your thyroid, how it benefits your immune system, who should be using it, and a couple of really important things that you should know if you're considering this. So let's jump in here. We'll talk about it. First, I want to show you what's in it. So you can kind of look here. You can see all the capsules. This has been used. My wife, who has thyroid problems, is actually taking this. That's why it's open. So you can see these capsules. I would say they're about the size of an extra strength Tylenol, maybe a little bit bigger. So they're about the same size as my T3 conversion booster if you've ever used that one. So let's talk about this. So the reason I want to talk about this is because in the past I've been a little bit critical of an ingredient that can be found commonly in certain thyroid supplements, and that is thyroid glandular. So this is the gland of usually animals, the actual thyroid gland, that's put into these supplements. And I've been critical of these in the past because they just haven't been able to do it right. Sometimes they're not able to remove the hormones that are inside of it, so it can cause lots of problems. So I generally have recommended against it, but I've fixed a lot of those problems, and this is kind of what the result of that research and that study has been, and that is that this is the supplement which contains thyroid glandular in addition to other ingredients which are going to be helpful, and we'll talk about those in just a second. And so if used correctly and put in this way, it can be very safe and effective. Now, why do I say that? Because thyroid gland itself contains a lot of different ingredients that you simply cannot get anywhere else. Okay, so if you were to actually take the thyroid gland out, you would find a ton of additional ingredients, including things like proteins and enzymes and precursors to hormones that are inside the thyroid gland that can then be encapsulated and consumed and used as a supplement. And you just can't find that in other supplements. That's why it's not there. That's why I think this is probably one of the most powerful thyroid supplements that I've created, simply for that reason. So, but again, it has to be done correctly, because if you think to yourself, this sounds an awful lot like a thyroid medication known as natural desiccated thyroid, in which the same thing is done, but the only difference is the prescription medication contains the active hormones. This supplement, mine specifically, not all, I'm talking about mine specifically here, has had all of the active thyroid hormones removed. So this does not contain T4, it does not contain T3. It is safe to take with all thyroid medications for that reason. We'll talk about a little bit of this in the FAQ, but I want to be very clear on that. There are no active thyroid hormones in this supplement. If there were, it wouldn't be a supplement anymore. It would be a prescription medication. And a lot of the other supplements the reason I've been hesitant to recommend this in the past is because if you get them from overseas, they come laced with these hormones and they're not exactly safe. Okay, so that's the framework for what we're operating on, and that's why these things can be so effective. So let's talk about a little bit of the benefits. So I have 4 type of areas and 4 benefits that it can provide. The first is that obviously, as I mentioned before, you simply can't get these ingredients anywhere else. You can take zinc, you can take selenium. These are all great for your thyroid, but it's not the proteins and enzymes found inside the thyroid gland. In fact, we don't even really know exactly how they're functioning or what they're doing, but we know they're beneficial because we know when people take them, they feel better, and they can't, like I said, they can't get them anywhere else. So that's big benefit number 1. Benefit number 2 is it has direct ingredients which support the thyroid. So as I said before, it has thyroid gland. This is the whole gland minus the hormones, as I said before, included in here. It also has iodine, has selenium, has L-tyrosine, and bladderwrack. So all of these ingredients are designed specifically to help the thyroid function and can be used actually in all thyroid conditions. So if you have any type of low thyroid disease, meaning you have the symptoms of hypothyroidism, this is a supplement for you. It will be beneficial in that case. Number 3 is it also has a bit of adrenal support. So it actually contains adrenal gland in here as well. So in addition to the thyroid gland, you have the entire or whole adrenal gland minus cortisol. Remember, the active hormones have been taken out of this, so it's safe to take with all thyroid medications, and if you're on any adrenal medication, it's safe in that case as well. So it has adrenal support in addition to thyroid support. And then number 4, it actually has immune support as well. And this is really important if you have any sort of, let me put it this way. Most people who have low thyroid have it because they also have the autoimmune disease known as Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is an autoimmune disease of the thyroid gland. So most people, when they're taking thyroid supplements, they also need to support their immune system, because if they support their immune system, they can reduce the damage done to their thyroid, which improves thyroid function in an indirect way, kind of depending on how you look at it. And this contains, this supplement, Thyroid Glandular Plus, contains additional ingredients which help support that immune function or that immune system. So it contains Other glands, including anterior pituitary gland, which is the component of the brain. This is bovine source, by the way. It comes from a cow. But it's your pituitary is part of the HPT, which is the hypothalamic pituitary thyroid axis. So it's functioning it's targeting the aspect of the brain which also controls the thyroid. It contains thymus gland, spleen gland as well. So those are both part of the immune system. So you're getting the brain support. You're also getting the immune support as well. So it's hitting those four main areas. So again, a very powerful supplement. I'm really excited that this is new. It's new to my supplement line, and I think it'll be very beneficial for all those people who have low thyroid conditions. You wouldn't want to use this if you have hyperthyroidism. Remember, this is for people with low thyroid. So let's talk a little bit about the FAQs. I've had a lot of questions before, and this isn't the first time I've used adrenal gland or ingredients sourced from bovine sources, and other supplements have used these as well. So let's talk a little bit about that. We'll answer some questions and go through it and see if it's right for you. So the first question is, does this contain any active hormones? The answer is no. It does not contain any active hormones. It does not contain cortisol. It does not contain T3. It does not contain T4. Okay, that means it's safe if you're taking any of those medications. A lot of people will ask me, is this okay to take if I'm already taking T3, or if I'm already taking T4, or if I'm already taking natural desiccated thyroid? The answer is yes to all of those. Remember, no active thyroid hormones. It contains the precursors to the hormones, but not the hormones themselves. Remember, if it did, it would be a prescription medication, not a supplement. So that's the first question. Number two, can you take this, or can I take this if I have thyroid medication? The answer is yes. It can be used with all types of thyroid medications. NDT, T3, T4, Levo, Synthroid, Levoxyl, you name it. It can be used with all of them. It wouldn't be a good supplement for thyroid patients if it couldn't be used with thyroid medication. So just remember that. Number three, can I take it with my other supplements? So what if you're taking T3 conversion booster or a thyroid adrenal reset complex? Can it be used with those? And the answer is absolutely. In fact, the new combination that I would recommend that you use for low thyroid would either be the hypothyroid bundle, or you would use this in conjunction with T3 conversion booster and thyroid adrenal reset complex. This will support your thyroid directly, your adrenal glands, and T4 to T3 conversion, and all three can safely be used together. And if you have questions, by the way, shoot us an email. We get these questions all the time from people who want to add supplements. We'll help you out to let you know if it's right or not for you. Is it safe to use? Absolutely. The answer is yes. So a lot of people get a little bit concerned when they consume products that are sourced from bovine, and the answer is yes. We go through great lengths to third-party test and verify every single lot to make sure that there's no pathogens, bacteria, virus, etc. So there's nothing like that found inside of it before it gets encapsulated. That process weeds it all out. Secondly, it's not something that you can become dependent upon. So I get that question a lot too. What if I take this? Will I become dependent? No. The answer is no. That does not happen. So if anyone's telling you that, they're obviously confused. And so don't worry about that aspect. And then also they come from countries which have never had any of these infections that are commonly found in bovine sources. So you don't need to worry about that either. And again, even if it was, it would be third-party tested and verified. So that's not really an issue. What if you don't have a thyroid? Can you still use this? That's another question I get all the time. The answer is absolutely. In fact, this would be an ideal supplement in that case. Whether your thyroid is there or whether it isn't, you definitely can and probably would want to use something like this. The reason is simple. Once the thyroid gland has been removed, whatever was in there before is no longer in your body. But you can at least get some of those components by taking the thyroid gland from some, well, in this case, an animal, and putting it into your body. So you're still getting those hormones and those enzymes and those precursor hormones that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get because your thyroid gland is just gone. So absolutely, yes, it can be used and is still safe and effective if you do not have a thyroid. And of course, I want you, just a reminder for those who may not know, or maybe you've never heard, all of these supplements are produced in a GMP compliant facility. We go through the highest level of standards and safety and testing, so GMP compliant, and all lots are third-party tested and verified so that the ingredients are what you're getting, what we say you're getting. Okay, so I just want to make sure you guys are aware of that as well. If you have any questions about this supplement, whether or not it's right for you, shoot us an email. Me or my team will respond. We'll let you know. We're happy to let you know if this will work or if something better will, so don't stress about that. And if you don't have any other questions, that's all I have for you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.